Welcome to Ron Paul Wins. These Ron Paul Wins videos are dedicated to all the ways that the Doc dominates his competition, as I will continue to demonstrate. Okay, check this out. Today I wanted to talk about Ron Paul posts.
Okay, well, what is a post?
What is a post? Have you ever tweeted something on Twitter? Have you ever shared a link or updated your status on Facebook? Have you ever uploaded a video on YouTube? Okay, then you've posted something onto the internet. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about posting to the internet. It's pretty simple. I think you know what I'm talking about. So Ron Paul posts. Okay, it doesn't take a super genius to know that that is a post about Ron Paul. It's somebody putting something up on the internet for other people to see, just like you post up the grocery list on the refrigerator. So what's the great thing about posts? Well, in 2012, our modern day times in the internet, the great thing about a post is that other people can see it. You're putting it up for the world, for the public to see on the internet. And how amazing is the internet? You know, this administration or Congress or whoever, it seems like they would like nothing more, or maybe it's Hollywood. It seems like they would like nothing more than to privatize, to mess us up. It looks like they want to clamp down. They want to use these privacy laws. They want to use copyrights and lawyer legalese to try to take away our internet. And you say they're not going to take away the internet. No one's going to take away my Facebook. There's too many millions of people on it, and there's too many millions of people on this website and that website. Okay, I mean, is there millions of people on your favorite porno website? Those are gone. What about gambling? Gone. What about alternative media? Gone. What about, I don't know. Next time you go looking for it, it could be gone. Because what does this administration try to do? They try to pass SOPA, PIPA, and the people rose up. The people said, I don't think so. And trust me, Internet 2.0, kill switches, it's not pretty. Do you want to go to China? They want to make our internet like China. First of all, the internet is supposed to be worldwide, like we all have the same shit. And that's what makes it so great. And as soon as elements get censored in one country, that's just not good for us here in America. And Americans, we love our internet. We love it. And you're not going to take it from us. Okay, what am I talking about? You know about all these things. Everyone does, right? I mean, how many millions of people are on Facebook? Okay, and who gets the most posts? Ron Paul. Not just on Facebook, not just on Twitter, but everywhere. Because no one has the posts and has the internet love that Ron Paul has. What did Newt Gingrich say in the debate? In one of the debates when they asked him, what would you do differently in your campaign? And you know what he said? Oh, I'd try to have a bigger presence on the internet. I'd try to get my stuff out on the internet. I'd want to have all kinds of people posting about me. Look how Ron Paul dominates the internet. He dominates. When it comes to posts, Ron Paul dominates the posts. Does Mitt Romney get some posts? He might. He probably had to pay for them. Does Rick Santorum get any posts? Yeah, he does. He gets posts on Urban Dictionary that skyrocket to #1 because they're so friggin' hilarious. Let me just say one word. Frothy. I could say another word as of just yesterday. Correct me if I'm wrong on that video. He was doing all that right in front of his daughter. And the news reporter, he was on an interview after that exchange, and he said he was right there. The news reporter asked him a question. He knows the cameras are rolling. Watch the video. You see lights flashing. You see the light of the camera. You see all that. In his peripherals, he knows that the cameras are right there. And what did he do? He's all, if I see this on the paper, that's bullshit. You know, Rick Santorum's already whined like a little baby about the Drudge Report, about Fox News, about MSNBC, about CNN, about all the debates, which he did terrible and lousy in. And then he is the hellspawn of this whole Mitt Romney and Ron Paul work together campaign. And I'll tell you what, ask Jesse Benton, ask anyone else that works in these campaigns. You know what happens in the campaigns? They will tend to work together in certain states to block one of the other candidates. And what's going on? What did we just hear on Hidden Camera? Where shot on Hidden Camera posted on the internet so that we could keep track of it, GOP guys, and he's rattling off about how, oh, blah, 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 you know, the three candidates, he's all, okay, yeah, Romney, Santorum, Gingrich, we all got to work together. The three candidates have to work really hard together, and even the people around them that are normal citizens are like, where do we get these people from? Oh, don't worry about all that talk. Don't worry about that. We got it covered. Well, how do we know? Well, they've done their homework. They did. I didn't see it. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry. They're good guys. And some of them are my friends. Some of them I worked with before. But we're all together and we're all in together on this. And then the people are standing around. They're like, oh, we're all in together on what? Well, we're all in together on saying that Ron Paul can't get any delegates in this state of Washington. And he keeps going on about how great his people are. And he keeps reassuring them, don't worry, they'll vote for Romney, Gingrich, or Santorum. So if Santorum wants to say that Ron Paul is working with Mitt Romney, then I want to say that Santorum is working with Newt Gingrich and Mitt Romney, and their campaigns are to try to block Ron Paul, because what he probably meant is that the campaigns were working on their slates together. And I'll tell you what, in Missouri, if you go through all the different posts, is what I'm talking about here is posts, you know, that's the beautiful thing, because I'm following all these posts. And then you got Santorum saying, oh, these other people work together as a team. You know what? That's just how the game is played. Okay? This is how the game is played. Okay, Santorum? So if you're going to whine like a little baby, then you can't be in the game, and you should probably drop out. So to go back, he knew those cameras were there. He knew those cameras were right there. There's an old Latin saying, Webster Tarpley was just talking about it, good publicity, bad publicity, it's all publicity. Even bad publicity is good publicity, or however you want to say it. Saying bullshit in front of all those cameras and lights. And I mean, you're like, that sounds like the dumbest move you could make. Bad publicity is still publicity, okay? And he knows that saying a BS word like that is going to be news clipped and shown and cut. And so a lot of people posted about it, and a lot of people posted onto the internet to talk about it. I've been following Ron Paul a long time, since 2008. And then there was all this buildup. And in 2011, before he announced his presidential campaign, Fox News was drooling over the idea of him running. They were saying what a good idea it was. They showed a poll where he was beating Obama, and they were all really excited about it. And he announced his run, and he was doing really well in Iowa, and everything looked great, and he was really dominating his competition, as he always does. Michelle Bachmann pulled a miracle win in the straw poll, giving everybody free tickets. Then I'm watching the posts about Iowa and what happens that night. And I'm sure if other people are into posts like I am, what happened? It was Ron Paul. Okay, Romney had some action. He had some action. Then Rick Santorum shoots like a lightning bolt out of nowhere, and Karl Rove is right there to tell you all about it. That's just, as soon as you hear the name Karl Rove, you're as inside on the inside ball game as you're going to get. You're in the fucking dugout. And what's happened since there has just been more talking points and more nonsense. And now they're talking about, now the talking point and the meme is, when are you going to drop out? I'll tell you what, you could ask that question to Gingrich is the first person that you should ask that question to. Then maybe Rick Santorum secondly. Maybe I know what I'm talking about. The reason why is because I get on the internet and I follow Ron Paul posts. I follow different posts on the internet about Ron Paul. It started out that I would go to YouTube and I would type in Ron Paul. Then it seemed like I saw like a whole bunch of those videos, and then I started putting in like Ron Paul, today. And I would see all the Ron Paul posts for today, and I'd usually go through those, you know, at a pretty good pace. Then I would click like upload date and usually see ones that weren't like the top ones, but they were kind of grassroots and like, you know, they didn't have as many views. I saw the link on a YouTube post that was Ron Paul Flicks, and I was like, well, sweet. That's what I'm doing on here on YouTube. I figure this is what I'm looking for. I go to ronpaulflicks.com. And I was like, this site is tight, because essentially it had all the best of the best of how I was finding Ron Paul posts on my own. Ron Paul Flicks, then they started putting out a show, their own daily show. Israel Anderson, the host, and I'm like, I like his accent, I like this guy, this guy's cool. He's talking about everything that I just got done watching, so this is a really cool program. I was watching one of the Ron Paul Flicks show posts, and Israel was talking about his new website, Ron Paul Post. And I was like, Ron Paul Post, huh? What's this? As soon as he put it on the big screen, I was like, oh, yo, check out the cleanliness. And he starts talking about all the post features and all the abilities that you have to post. And he starts talking about the different links. Let's go take a look at it. It's got a title scroll at the top. It's got real big upload content, so you know how to get involved right away. The links at the top, there's most loved, fresh. Okay, most loved is the top rated post. Fresh is all the new posts. Vote fraud, keeping them honest. Click into that. How enticing. Okay, so when I click into vote fraud, keeping them honest, you know, there's a whole bunch of posts, different video posts, and it's just really cool because it's the power of the post. All these people are posting, and Ron Paul dominates the post. When they announced the new website, Ron Paul Posts, I decided that I wanted to be involved in it. And so, you know, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing it for Ron Paul. Not the person Ron Paul, but the message Ron Paul. Let's take a look at this title scroll. Philadelphia Rally for Freedom 2012. Josh Tolley on hidden cam voter fraud. People are short attention span. Jesse Benton owns idiotic MSNBC reporter. Miss USA 2003. Susie Castillo molested during TSA pat-down. Philadelphia Rally for Freedom 2012. Awesome. Just awesome. The Deal with Jack Hunter. How to turn an Obama sign into a Ron Paul sign. And that's a good video. I watched that one and I loved it on this Ron Paul post. And I don't work for Ron Paul posts. I'm not getting paid to say any of this. I just think it's really super great, and I see the super power of it, that this is just an amazing collective. They have hearts on here so that you can love it, you know, as opposed to just liking something. That's for babies. We love it here because we're all about the Ron Paul revolution, which we know is love in there, and it's just awesome. 16 people love it at this time. You know, why wouldn't they? So to just wrap it all up, I think Ron Paul dominates the internet. I think Ron Paul wins all over the internet, and I think Ron Paul posts are the best, and no one else even comes close. Ron Paul wins.